Hi, Chris Odom here, creator of Open Transactions and co-founder of Stash. This is my third video so far, so I'm going to dispense with the pleasantries and get right down to it. I wanted to show off the cash instrument this time around. Those who were around in the 90s may remember the concept of the untraceable digital cash, the Chaumian digital cash. Caused quite a stir in the 90s, and it's based on the blind signature, which was invented by David Chaum. Worth reading up on, interesting technology, and one of the original motivators in writing open transactions in the first place was to have a working implementation of this instrument. Also notice if we go to anonymous internet banking, and you can see there's actually a reference here to open transactions. It's been here for a long time as a working implementation of this concept. Now, Stash Toolkit is a rather low-level tool that we currently use as a desktop app. We believe that user interface design is crucial for crypto applications, and we're really pouring those sorts of efforts into our Android app right now, which is available on the Google Play Store. But using this low-level tool, we can still demonstrate what the digital cash instrument does. One way is if you're sending a payment to someone, you can choose the cash instrument on that dialog. Another way of looking at it that may be more illustrative, if I look at the account management screen, which is pretty low-level screen, but notice for this account has, it looks like about $1,993 in it. And I can also go to my cash purse for dollars. And I can withdraw untraceable cash tokens from my StashNode Pro into my local cash purse. Now, the way this works is analogous to the way that cash works at your normal bank. You can go into a bank and withdraw cash, and there's a cash withdrawal receipt proving that you did the cash withdrawal. And later on, if you go and give the cash to somebody, and he goes to the bank and deposits the cash, then there will be a cash deposit receipt. But there's no way for the bank to link the two together. There's no way for the bank to see that the money that he deposited, the cash that he deposited, is the same cash that you originally withdrew. The two transactions are unlinkable. The cash cannot be traced between the two. This is made possible by David Chaum's invention of the blind signature. So just to show this instrument in action, I'm going to do a cash withdrawal of $99. It's forming the blind tokens now to send to the StashNode Pro, which then signs them blind using the signing key for the various denominations that are being withdrawn. And then the cash tokens should appear in my purse, and here they are. Now you can see I have $99 in digital cash tokens, untraceable cash tokens. Now what you could do is, not that a user would ever actually use this instrument in this way. As I said before, this is a pretty low-level tool. But just to show, maybe I'm going to select a few of these cash tokens, and I could export them. This way, for example, you could export them to a recipient or to a passphrase, remove them out of your cash purse, and send them out of band in an email or something if you wanted to, but I don't think people would use it that way. I can also deposit cash. You can see I've got $42 selected in cash tokens. So if I go and do the deposit cash, and then we'll deposit them back to the StashNode Pro to be credited to my account balance. And again, the StashNode Pro cannot tell where those tokens originally came from, even though it can verify that they're valid. Now, how might you use an instrument like this? The way I look at it is that all these different financial instruments that exist today all evolved over time because they were useful for different purposes. So how might this instrument be useful? And I can imagine it could be useful for toll bridge payments, for protecting privacy of travel while ensuring secure payments. It could also be used for payments for medical care, health care, where there are strict privacy requirements. Now, this digital cash instrument, while untraceable and private, is entirely distinct from our BIP47 payment address innovation, our universal stash identity. Our stash payment addresses make it possible to do on-chain, that is blockchain-based payments that a public observer cannot link to your identity. But these digital cash payments that I just showed you, on the other hand, are a cash instrument based on blind signatures that are stash instruments. They do not occur on-chain. They occur off-chain as a stash instrument using the open transactions financial crypto system that I wrote. In my next video, I'd like to explore some of the features we have for exchange as well as smart contracts. Until then,